Welcome to Mora FC. It is water. This is the easiest and the simplest way how to make this Chinese neck or the bush-up neck. I'm going to break it down the simplest in the easiest form. This is a place where we make things very simple and easy for you guys. Nothing is hidden, nothing is hiding. This is a bush-up neck. There's some tips, there's some tricks that you really need to pay attention when working on this bush-up neck. I'm going to give you all the measurement, how to measure it, all the measurement, everything that you need. That will help you. I post videos every Mondays and Thursdays. So if you're a returner subscriber, thank you for returning back. And if you're new to the channel, please do well and subscribe. So without wasting much time, let's get started. On our previous section, our previous doing jalabia, this is where we got, this is where we got our last section series of doing jalabia with side panel. This jalabia has side panel, so if you don't know how to cut a jalabia, check out my playlist, and you can see on my playlist I also have a different style. You can see it's rolling over there. You can see you have different style, different tutorial. I've break it down the simplest in the easiest form, that just is very simplest way for you guys to understand, to make your own style. It's Mora FC. It is what it is. So if you're new to the channel, please do watch, do one. If you're new, please do watch, subscribe, like and share, and tell a friend. If you're a returner, thank you for returning back. Keep on learning, and don't forget to click on notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you will be updated. Say, hey, Mora FC, I posted a new video, so come check it out. You can see we have different style. You can see the style. All these are in my playlist, so please do all and check it out and learn it. That's why I'm here for you guys, to help you, to push you up, to become a better a designer, to make things very simple and easy. So show love by giving me a thumbs up, by subscribing, and keep on learning. Mora FC, it is. So without wasting much time, so let's get started on here. So you're going to measure around your neck. You need to measure it, or you fold it in this way. When folding it in this way, you make sure that the shoulder line matches each other. You can see that I folded the neck into two. You fold the neck into two, and you make sure that the shoulder line matches each other exactly. You make sure that your shoulder line match each other. Then you measure from the back seam. You measure the back to your shoulder line. You measure your back to your shoulder. I have 3.5 inches over here to the shoulder line, exactly on the shoulder line. The joining part, the place that we join, that's the shoulder line. The joining part, when we join the front and the back. The front and the back that we join, that is the shoulder line when it comes to here. So you're going to measure from the center back, because we folded it into two. Then you measure it to the line that join the front and the back. I have 3.5 inches over there. And from that line, if you look at the front there, or where the placket is, one is longer than the other one. I'm measuring the short one, which is I have 4.25 over there, and I'm going to measure the long one also, starting from the line, the joining line from the front and the back, joining shoulder line. We start from there, and I have 5 inches over there, because the front, I don't say, because of the placket, one is longer than the other one. Do you understand? The part that have the main placket is longer than the small one that is inside there. The hidden part where the placket is going to fall on it also is a smaller part. Do you understand? So both that side, this side is going to be small, this side is going to be small. We have 4.25 over there. This side have 4.25 from the shoulder line, and this one is very long. We have 5 inches over there. So these are the three measurements that you have to take consideration. And also you have to measure around the neck also. You measure around the neck. That also is very important. So we have this measurement also. You measure around the neck, because we're going to use this measure. We're going to divide this measure into two. That's when we're going to use the measurement that we did earlier to do the bush-up neck or the Chinese collar. We have 18. So whatever measurement that you're going to get, you're going to divide that measurement into two. After measuring around the neck, around it all, whatever measurement that you're going to get. If you have 16, you got to divide the 16 into 2. If you have 20, you're going to divide the 20 into 2. I hope you're feeling it. If you don't understand, ask me a question on the comment below and I'll give you an answer. So I'm going to measure ½ inch or 3/8 of an inch. You can measure ½ inch or 3/8 of an inch. So now we're going to measure the back. Remember we measured the back, which was 3.5 inches. So we're going to measure here 3.5 inches. And the other part, we have 4/4 and 5 inches. We have 4/4 and 5 inches. We have already measured the 3.5. We have 4/4 and 5 inches. So we're going to measure the 5 inches and leave the 4/4 alone. So you're going to draw a curve to touch the 3.5 inch that we did. So exactly the same way. So the length of your collar or bishop, you can make it 1/4 or 1.5, maximum 1.5. 1.5 is okay. Then you draw a straight line also here. From that line, remember, just like that. Here is a straight line which is 3.5 also. That part is supposed to be 3.5. Straight line. And you draw a straight line over here. Then you give it a curve. While cutting, let me explain here again. We measured the back, which is 3.5, and we measured the front. The front we have 4/4 and we have 5 inches. So when we are cutting this on the fusing, we use the 5 inches instead of 4/4. So later on, we're going to trim the one part of it so that we get the 4/4. Do you understand? So don't just fuse yourself, like force yourself trying to cut one part 4/4 and other part also 5/4 because of one is longer than another one. You're going to use the longest one, then you cut both the same, and after that you come, then you trim some part off. To get it perfectly done, after cutting it, you just have to open your clothes like this, then you put on it like this and make sure you examine where the small part is. These are one of the techniques. You examine where the small, because if you just trim anyhow, the direction will change, the curve will change. The small part is going to be on the long side, and long side going to be the small part. You're not going to get perfectly nicely done. So do you understand? So what you're going to do, you have to place your top like this, then you freeze it like you want to sew the neck. Then after that, you can't trim the short one out, the 4/4. So this is how the collar is going to be. Do you understand? This is how the collar is going to be. And after that, you mark where the 4/4 going to be. After marking that part, that's where we're going to trim the 4/4 out. I hope you understood what I mean. Small IFC, it is what it is, So now, since we have known where the small part is, the 4/4 is, then we're going to measure here. We have our 3.5 inch. You mark your 3.5 inch from the back. Then you come and mark, you measure your 4/4. So this is where the 4/4 is. So we're going to cut it straight. After cutting straight, then we shift it. Do you understand? Then we push it. Do you understand? You shift it so that it will become equal. Then you trim it so that it will have the same shape for the tip of it. You can see I'm just trimming it. So now we have one is longer and the other one is shorter. Please do well and follow me on TikTok, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram. It's more. You can see now one is short and 1 inch long. So doing this will give you a perfect look, a perfect fit. Do you understand? It give you a perfect fit because there's a curve inside. We give it a curve, so you can't just cut it anyhow that you want. Do you understand? You just have to follow the thread. You can use this fuse. I'm using a hard fusing, but because I want it to stand long, I want it to be thick and stand long, I'm going to double it. Do you understand? So that you're going to stand there heavy. Sometimes some people will fix a collar and the collar is too weak, it can't stand. After washing it 1-2 times, and you kind of see that it's shrinking and it's not standing tall. But when you double this way, your collar becomes very stiff and strong. And if you have original stiff, then you use your original fusing. I have original fusing, but I have people that I use the original fusing. Do you understand? As a worker, you have to know those you're going to do the cheap one work for them and those you're going to do expensive work for them. You have to know the materials that when you charge for expensive people, you're going to use expensive product for expensive people and cheap product for cheap people. That's how I do my work. So I use this stiff for people who are not paying me good, their price is low, and I use the original stiff. Original stiff is very expensive, so we use that for a good customers. It is what that's how I do my work in 2 places. 2 places means I do for not expensive and expensive stuff, to understand. So I blend in for everybody so that everybody will enjoy more IFC's work. It is what it is. So after doubling the fusing, it becomes very stiff, like I said, very strong. You just have to place it this way. If you are feeling it so far, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, tell a friend about more IFC. So you're going to fold into 2, that's just like that. Then you just press it. So this is a bush-up neck or a Chinese collar. A bush-up neck or a Chinese collar. So we have it this way. So I'm going to fold this part. This part you can top stitch at that part, or you can put your hemming gum at that part. I sometimes top stitch, I sometimes put my hemming gum over there. Before we fold it this way, we have to go and top stitch at that part, then come back and fold it this way, then you iron it, then you go back and blah blah blah. Sometimes I just do everything as one. So we have this curve, that's where we're going to sew. We're going to sew from that top. Do you understand? Very simple. So let me go and do that and come back. We're going to sew from here. You make sure you give it a mark so that you know where you're going to start. So we're going to start from here, then we come here, then we come to the end. So let me go and do that and come back. So I just went ahead and sew from that part and come back. As you can see, I've sewn it, so I'm going to trim it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Tell a friend about more life. The more you share, it's help people to to see it and also learn it. To understand, as you have seen it and learning it, sharing it, like you care for other people to also to learn from it, to understand. It's more IFC. Because I did not top stitch at that part, I'll flip it back again, then I'll put a hemming gum over there just for that part to hold, to understand. Or you need just cut it small pieces. You don't need to put a lot at that part. You just need something to hold that part, because we didn't top stitch that place. You have to top stitch that place. It's like you have to top stitch that place so that that part will hold, will lay flat, to understand. But because I didn't top stitch, I normally sometimes, like I said, I sometimes top stitch it and sometimes put the hemming gum just to hold that part for me, you know. So there are two ways how I handle this part. So I'm giving you all the tips and tricks so that you enjoy it. It's more IFC. It is what it is. So I flip it in like this, then I iron it. You can see how perfect, how beautiful it is. So these are your bush-up neck or your Chinese collar. So I'll just mark here. This line will serve you as a guide. Then I'm going to trim to leave 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. So you can see, beautiful. Everything is being set. You can see when I flip it this way, it's going to be on top of each other, just like that. Very, very simple and easy. Beautiful. Damn, more IFC. It is what it is. So please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Like, share, tell a friend about more IFC. And don't forget to click on notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be notified. So you can see. So let's go and join it together. We don't want it to be pushing up like this. It would have to fall inside. You can see how smooth that part is. So we are not going to start at the right side. No, you have to start it at the wrong side of the fabric. At the wrong side, that is where we're going to start. You let it fall exactly at the tip of it. It has to fall exactly. They have to be the same. Take your time before sewing, just because we have put it at the tip of it. Just take your time to make sure that it falls exactly at the tip. You just slow down, you get it perfectly, like before you press your foot to go speed, to understand. From the beginning, you just have to take your time there so that you relax, so that it will remain exactly as you want it. So after sewing like 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters, you just stop, then come to the other side, then you come here also, you take your time, you join that part also. The reason why we do this, sometimes, you know, your measurement, when your measurement sometimes you measure it and your collar can be longer than the neck, can be longer than the collar, the Chinese collar, like quarter of an inch. So you don't need to go back and redoing it everything. So you just have to push everything in so that it fits in. That's why sometimes we start it from the beginning and we come join it from the end. So everything gonna fuse, you have to fuse it in the middle at the back there so that it fits properly. So I'm just showing it to you so that you know the reason why. You can see somebody why is that he started from the beginning and went at the end, at the other side, and sewed there before joining all together. That's the reason, because sometimes the neck that we cut, and now we use our hand to measure, so you can see that, my measurements are accurate, everything is all right. So I can just start from one beginning to an end, but I just want you to know that sometimes when you start it that way, the Chinese collar can be short. Do you understand? The Chinese collar can be short, and the neck that we cut is longer than the Chinese collar. So you sew and it doesn't fit. That means you have to go back and do another Chinese collar again. It takes time. So you just have to do this so that it fills everything in. It's more IF series what it is. So after that, we flip it to the right side. You can see very smoothly. Just making some notches there. This notches is option. You can do it or you can stop. I sometimes do it, I sometimes just don't do it. Just go and stitch it like that. You make sure we have a line sewing stitch over there. You can see when we join it, there's a sewing stitching over there. Do you understand? You can see this line that we sew, so you need to cover on that line. You need to cover on that line, because right now we are working on the right side, so the collar have to cover that line so that no one will see the joining. Do you understand? No one will see your joining. So you take your time also over there. Don't rush, just take your time. Please give me a thumbs up, like, share, let people benefit as I'm sharing this for you, giving you all this knowledge, making things simple and easy for you. Make sure you share for somebody also to see it and learn it, to benefit from it. Take your time, no rush. You make sure you cover that sewing. There's a sewing of line that we sew at that part, because we are working on the right side. So you make sure you take your time, the curve and everything. It's more IFC. It is what it is. You can see how smooth it is. Please, and anytime that you watch other my colleagues tutorial, please do well and give them a thumbs up also, and share their work as well. Do you understand? They are also doing great. They are also doing supportive work. So big out to all my colleagues in fashion designer on YouTube. Big out to everybody. I see you all. You are doing great. So anytime that you guys, if you learn anything from anybody from YouTube, you make sure that you give your support to that person as well. You subscribe, you like, you share. It's all about more IFC. I love everybody. Loving you all guys, loving my colleagues. Much love. I'm just praying one day, so I'm praying all these creative YouTubers in the fashion side, we all meet, we mingle each other, we talk, and we, it's a feeling that I'm hoping for one day it will come true. It can be being invited in an interview and you show love. So you can see how beautiful the work has been done. Very simple and easy. You can see the outcome. It's more IFC. It is what it. So this is the bush-up neck or the Chinese collar. Very, very simple and easy. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. I will appreciate you all. God bless you all. It's more IFC. It is what it is. Much love to everybody.